Quarter three is on its way out, and we are on the verge of welcoming quarter four, the last 3 months of 2025, and we do need to tweak some things on my annual budget forecast to close out the year. So if you're interested in seeing the changes that needs to be made, please stay tuned. Hi friends, welcome back to Budgeting Over 40. I'm Melissa, and like I mentioned in the intro, I do have to tweak some things on this annual budget forecast to reflect what needs to happen within the last 3 months of 2025. So we're going to jump in and talk about the income section because I have one change to make in my income. So I have budgeted or forecast $4,960 across the next 3 months. But my paycheck, I have it reflected here for $2,480. I'm going to change this by $3 per paycheck. That's going to be 2,483 times 2. So my income is going to increase by just $6. Now, you may be questioning, why am I doing this? Because you guys, we are in some uncertain times with income, and I need to tweak it and reflect all of the income that I can pull in. So $4,966 is going to stretch across the next 2 months for November and December. Now, for hubby's income and for the miscellaneous or extra income that we expect within the next 3 months is not going to change. So $9,341, it's what we're working with across the next few months. Now, I have already done the monthly budget for the month of October. If you haven't seen that, I will link it in the cards above. I'll also try to remember to link it at the end of this video for you guys to take a look. As far as the fixed expenses go, this is where we're going to have some changes within the months. Rent won't change from $2,500 for the next 3 months. Electric, I do have the bill for the month of October. It is $134, but I do believe I do have to pay a little bit more in November. I'm not quite sure how much because October is going to be the month that they settle, or September actually is the month that they're going to settle the amount that I need to pay, which is the difference from what they've billed annually to what I've paid annually. Because I am on budget billing, they do give me the same amount to pay across 12 months. And like I mentioned, September is the month where they're going to settle that. Because they have already put out the bill for the month of October, the new bill will come out for the month of November. So it may change, but I'm not going to change the amount that I have right here because I don't know what it's going to be as of right now. HB Inc. is now an annual subscription, you guys, so I can take the $6 out and put zeros across the next 3 months. For Peloton, I did have it budgeted at 44 in the month of October, but after I did the monthly budget forecast, I did tell myself that I may pause this, and I think I will. And I think I'm going to pause it for the next 3 months. But because it is already a part of the monthly budget for the month of October, I'm going to leave it. But we're going to go ahead and put zeros for the next two. Next is Google Cloud. This is also an annual subscription, so we can go ahead and put zero for this one as well. And we're going to stretch it across the next few months. Okay, next up is renter's insurance. We don't have to pay renter's insurance in the month of October. We will pay $44 in the month of November, and then we'll have another month break in the month of December. Car insurance is not changing from $252 across the next 3 months. Braces isn't changing from $225. iCloud storage is the same, $10 across the next 3 months, but SiriusXM will be an annual subscription, so we can put this at zero as well. So let's go ahead and copy this across the next two. The same thing goes for Amazon Prime. This is now an annual subscription, so we're going to put zero here and we're going to copy it for November and December as well. Internet, I believe we will remain at $89 per month. They are increasing the bill. They said that with inflation, the bill is increasing by $10, but I did have to change from paying it with my credit card to paying it with my bank account to take advantage of a $10 discount because they're removing the discount by using a credit card. I think I was only receiving $5 discount, but now I will get 10, and hopefully that will offset the amount that it will increase for the next few months going forward. So we will see if I need to tweak this within the monthly budgets. I'm going to have to, but we're going to leave it at $89 here. Cell phone will remain at $275. After school will remain at $200, and so will child support. We'll leave that at $526 per month. Let's move into the debt section. This blue area here is all of the debts that I have to pay. It's a lot that I pay per month. If you do watch my monthly budget forecast, you can see that our debt load is very high, and I really do want to pay this down. So this money, all $3,285 of it, can go back within our budget to spend freely in other places as far as family fund, savings, investing, all of that, is concerned. But we still have some time to pay off the debt. The forecast to pay it off is within another 2 years and 4 months. I'm seeing if I can get it done or get it taken care of within that time or less. So the student loan is $40 monthly minimum payment. Personal loan is $1,152. Auto loan is $9,000. No, no. $940. Mattress Firm is $67. My Apple Card is $25 per month. Discover. I mention this all the time, you guys. I do need to pay $645 for the next. It's not 3 months, it's going to be 4 months because January is included to be able to pay off the balance before the promotional period expires. Affirm, $416 is due per month. I'm due to pay this off in April of 2026. I can't wait to get rid of this one. All right, so that's remaining the same. Nothing's going to change across the board for the next 3 months in any of those bills. Now, next here is car expense. I do have it budgeted at $250. That's the forecast. But you guys, I can reduce this by $50 to go down to $200. Over the last few months, we have paid less than $200 when it comes down to car expenses without anything extra. The month of September is a little bit different, but going back as far as to May, I believe we were under $200. So that's why I've changed it going forward. For food, I do have this budgeted at $1,200. We haven't really been keeping the $1,200 budget, but I'm working on it for the month of September, and we'll work on it hard for the next 3 months to close out 2025. Given, I'm going to put this down to $5 for the month of October. That's what I have on my pre-plan for the month, and I'm going to leave it at 10 for the next 2 months. For my babies, here it's also changing to be $30 for the month of October because this is what I pre-planned in the monthly budget forecast. So that's why I'm changing it here. I'm leaving the $50 to reflect the next 2 months. Personal, it is $41 on the budget forecast, and I'm going to leave the rest of it for the next 2 months to be $50. Wellness, this one is changing to $25. I'm going to leave it at $50 for the next 2 months. Now, I don't have anything budgeted here, but there's one category that I need to include into the budget because I have separated household consumables from food. I do have it pre-planned to be $100 for the month of October, and I'm going to copy that across the next 2 months to reflect in November and December as well. Now, that is it for there. I did change some things here in the sinking funds as far as the month of October goes. I wasn't really paying attention because we only need $22 for our annual sinking funds for cars fund. But in the month of October, I did put it to be 50, 75 for home, and 75 for family. But as far as it goes, I'm going to leave it at 22 for November and December. I'm going to leave $50 for home. And you could see here down at the bottom that I do have $35 in the month of November and December to be able to budget in other places. So I'm going to put that in home. I'm going to make this $80. So let's go ahead and make home 80, and I'm going to make family 39. That's going to reflect the money that is left. So you can see now the balance is zero for November. We have the $35 here. Let's go ahead and put $80 in home, and we're going to put $83 in family. So you could see there that each of them are now down to zero. And I think this plan, if I can stick to it, I'm hoping to stick to it for the next few months because it's very tight. So even though we've eliminated a few monthly bills, you could still see that the monthly budget is very tight, and we need to stay the course for the next 3 months to be able to close out 2025. So I haven't started the annual budget forecast for 2026 just yet. This is something that I will be working on in quarter 4, and I will show you as soon as we're done. But I do know that there are some changes coming to income as far as my full-time job goes. So the job will be switching from a bi-weekly pay schedule to a semi-monthly pay schedule. So now instead of 26 pay periods across the year, they're going to be doing 24 pay periods. And I'm not sure if they're going to do the 1st and the 15th of the month, or they're going to do the 15th and the 30th, or whichever other dates they're going to pick to pay us. But that means that our paycheck is going to reflect a little bit more income, because they're going to have to divide our salaries across 24 pay periods instead of 26. So I do know what I can do. I can use my annual salary that I am earning right now and divide it across 24 pay periods and use that as a forecast. But once I have narrowed down to what I need to put as far as income, I will come in and show you guys. But just know that there are some changes coming to 2026, and that's something that I'm going to start working on within the last quarter. So I do appreciate you guys for taking the time out to watch. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye now.